Hello, my name is Brien Ashdown, and I'm the International Director for PsyChi, and I'm an Associate Professor of Psychological Science at Hobart and William Smith Colleges, which is a small liberal arts school in upstate New York. In my role as an International Director of PsyChi, as well as the classes I teach as a cultural psychologist on campus, I get to spend a lot of time thinking about ways in which psychology can be, and should be more international and cross-cultural in its scope. I get to think about questions like, why don't therapists in the United States know more about this new technique that therapists in, say, Argentina have demonstrated can be really effective for treating anxiety, for example? Or how can I help psychologists from different places around the world work together in ways that are going to lead to meaningful and equitable partnerships? Or maybe I spend time thinking about how much of psychology we really should be trying to internationalize and how much we should recognize is going to be specific to a particular group of people or a particular place. I think these are pretty fascinating and important questions, right? I mean, I hope you think so too. I mean, as a field and as a science, psychology still has a lot of progress to make in order to make us really international in scope. But while it can feel like there's a lot of work that we have to do and trying to work and make sure that international and cross-cultural perspectives aren't just relegated to small text boxes in an intro psychology textbook, it's also a really exciting time to be working in psychological science because we're the ones who get to be directly involved in the efforts to make the science more international. And when I say we, I mean you too, because professors and students and clinicians and policymakers, anyone working in or studying psychology or closely related fields can be and probably should be thinking about how to make psychology more global. This means more than just thinking about how to take research and policy from the United States and other similar places in the global north like Europe or Australia maybe, and how we can apply that to other places. And instead, it really means that we should be thinking deeply and critically about how psychology is a global science, should be a global science, and it's a field of study that belongs to everyone around the world. And so it should represent everyone around the world. It also means recognizing that really amazing research is being conducted all around the world. It's being conducted in languages other than English and in countries across the map. So we need to figure out how can we make sure that everyone has access to that fantastic information, to that research and to those clinical techniques. Psychological scientists, which is you and me, all around the world, no matter where these psychological scientists live and work, have things to teach the rest of us and have things to learn from the rest of us. And I say us because it means us. We have things to learn, we have things to teach. And when we're only paying attention to what's coming out of one particular place, how much are we missing? I think you can tell I'm pretty excited about these efforts to globalize psychological science. And I'm really proud to be working with PsyChi because the organization is jumping into this work and really trying to do its part to increase the globalization of the science. So we have a lot of current ways and a lot of upcoming ways that PsyChi members and other psychological scientists can get involved in this internationalizing and globalizing of psychology. So I hope you'll join us. Keep your eyes open and pay attention to your email and social media because we'll be inviting you to jump into this work with us pretty soon.